About what's going on between live action and animation films? Are there convergences and what's going on, Nikhil?
I think making an animation film is more pure in the sense that it's definitely more difficult. You need much more discipline. You're constantly being told by the animators that you can't do a second take; it's too expensive. You should have told us at the storyboard stage. So I guess as a filmmaker, you constantly have to reinvent. I had to reinvent myself and the process that I usually undergo while making a film. That the improvising process had to be curtailed somewhat because I had to become a little more disciplined in the sense that I had to follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 while making an animation film. The reason I think you get tired of the great thing about making an animation film is that the characters belong completely to you. You can make them talk the way you want, you can make them dance the way you want, and there's no interference. so that's and you are working with, at the end of the day, like-minded people who have the same kind of agenda in mind. So you are not thinking about the so-called market-driven forces that this actor comes with this sort of image, so he can only do this, he cannot do that. And the process of making an animation film is very difficult. I think we can get into that at a much later stage. But the reason I got into it because I wanted to tell a story which I do not think I could have said with real actors or live action characters or actors in Delhi Safari. So that's the reason I got into it. Plus also because I think I'm tremendously moved by films like Finding Nemo and WALL-E, and the fact that an animated character can make you smile and laugh and cry, and it's quite tremendous, and that's why I wanted to explore that, and I think that we've done that in Delhi Safari to an extent. I don't know, and on August 12th we'll know how successful we've been.
Govindji, what do you think about it?
The pacing is much more faster in animation. The story is simplified, the emotions are basic, and their expression is also very simple. There's a certain emphasis on humor. Keeping all these elements in mind, because they are the part of the nature of the medium, the writing also has to support that. And from that point of view, I have not seen many scripts written for animation in India, which I can say I found them exciting. I have written the script of my film myself, so I don't know how it is going to translate into the film. We will see it when it is released. But as I was writing, I felt that it's very important to keep it very precise, keep it very simple, and keep it, in terms of pacing, keep it going. The more innovative you are, the better chances you have. Whatever might happen, the attention of the audience must not go away from the screen. And here, the quality of language that you write, the quality of voices that you use, the character design, the story, everything, you have to achieve a perfect integration of all these elements to make a well-realized animation film. And I think from that point of view, since you mentioned scripting, I would say that in India we still have to develop the art of fine scripting for animation. Efforts are being made, there's a lot of consciousness about this fact, but in terms of actually seeing things happen, we still have still few miles to cover.
What is your opinion, Nikhil?
Where Krishna is an orphan in an orphanage in Mathura, and it's quite phenomenal. It's on, I don't know which channel, but in one episode, the young orphans are being seduced by a teacher. It's quite phenomenal. I was watching it, and I don't know whether writers in this country are writing for animation, or I don't know whether they are writing for live action, because today writers actually, most directors are writing
Yeah.
because of the lack of writing capability or writing ability. In the sense, I mean, Govindji still had the fortune of working with Vijay Tendulkar. Anurag is writing his own stuff.
Yeah.
Imtiaz is writing his own stuff. Karan is writing his own stuff. Aditya Chopra is writing his own stuff. So even, I mean, most directors today in this country are being forced to write their own stuff, because, I mean, we are not reading, we are not going back to the classics in the West. They have so much, I mean, you constantly see this film has been adapted from this best-selling novel or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you have Three Idiots, which was made 2.5 years ago, and there's a big controversy. Did Chetan Bhagat actually write it? Did he not write it? The producer is turning around and saying, "मैंने तो इतना only 10 minutes लिया है उससे." So how does a writer in this country, if actually have the guts to come up to a producer and say, "Listen, I've written an animation film." I have not met a single writer who actually can come up to me and say, has actually come up to me and looked at me and said, "Listen, I've got a great idea for an animation film."
Okay.
Having said that, I think what Govindji said is correct, that as long as the film touches you emotionally, whether it's live action, whether it's animation, whether it is any kind of, whether it's short, whether it's documentary, whether it is feature, whatever, as long as it touches you emotionally, as there's an emotional connect, as long as you identify with the character, the problem of the character, understand the conflict, the resolution, it works. But I don't know whether, I still have to meet a group of writers who can come up to me and say, "Listen, I've got a great story for an animation film."
But do you think that would change once you see some success in any of the animation films in the country?
I think we have a long way to go. I think we have a very, very long way to go for seeing success in animation films. Delhi Safari releases on the 12th of August. I have no illusions that I don't think it's going to be Three Idiots. So I have no illusions. Having said that, I think it's been 3.5 years of a great experience. Like, I got to meet like-minded people, work with like-minded people, understand the way the film makes, and I think it's my best work.
Thank you.
It's a simple story of 5 animals that go across from Borivali National Park to Delhi to meet the Prime Minister to say, "Why are you screwing around with our environment?" And they have a lot of fun on the way. It's a very simple story, and I made it because I felt that my daughter one day would be able to watch this film, because she can't watch Chandni Chowk to China, and she can't watch and my wife will not allow her to watch Salam-e-Ishq. So that's why I made this, and it's an expensive gift to her, but it was a lot of fun, and I subscribe to a thought of when I choose the kind of films I want to make. I subscribe to a thought that of a filmmaker called Stanley Kubrick, who made everything. He did everything. You could not actually turn around and say that what would he make next, because he wanted to do everything. And at the same time, when you saw his film, you knew that this was a Stanley Kubrick film. So I want to do everything. There's a filmmaker in India who has made some very phenomenal films called Ram Gopal Verma, who also did that. And now I don't know what's happening. But I think we have a very long way to go when it comes to animation, because I think Hanuman is the one film that has done well in theatrically. I know Karan was making Kuchi Kuchi Hota Hai. I don't know what happened to it. Adi started making Roadside Romeo, and when we started making Delhi Safari, Roadside Romeo was in the process of being made, and we all felt that this is going to be the breakout film. Yash Raj can't get it wrong. How can Yash Raj get it wrong? Then they proved us wrong. So Yeah, so I think we have a very long way to go in terms of animation in any kind. I think we have a long way to go in terms of cinema in generally. I mean, I think when Govindji was making Arth Satya, and I mean, I had just started working Govindji had started a company with 7 other filmmakers called Friendship Channel Dosti, and I was the assistant, one assistant to all of them, and we used to work out of Georgina 503B, Said's office, and I think from that time, which is 92, 93 to now, I think we've really come down as making films, and we are on the way back up, because I mean films like Udaan gives me a lot of hope that yeah, there will be films will be accepted, different types of films will be accepted. So I think, but still I think it's great that the young animators and people who are here in doing animation are doing what they are doing, because somebody needs to keep their torch alive, but I think we are very far.
Okay, now I think the way we are seeing a lot of VFX in live action films, I think there are a lot of movies being planned and being made right now as we speak, where there's a lot of animation getting involved into live action films. Do you think that convergence is going to break the mindset of the audience thinking that this is an animation or this is a live action? They just go and want to see a good film, because I think there's a principal problem of audience wanting to go and see. If I see a Shah Rukh Khan poster and I see a poster of a dog and a cat on the billboard in a multiplex, my obvious choice probably is to go and see a live action Shah Rukh Khan film. But I went to see Rango, and there were 85% of the people were adult, and they all went to see a Johnny Depp film, because he voiced the film. And I think somewhere, I guess in India, the audience is more star driven when they go to see a film. Probably it's true all over the world. Then we would like them at least as animation filmmakers. But do you think this convergence will someday break the divide between animation and live action films?
Very few films at this moment are even being conceived, in spite of the fact that people know that technology exists, that you can simply, I'm sitting here and you can change my face into something else. And it can happen in a moving situation, in a running situation, jumping situation, any situation. But the point is, our filmmakers have not yet reached to that level of imagination where they can imagine a certain thing and demand of the technology that, okay, give me the results. The technology exists, they can give you the results. And once that starts happening, I'm sure there will be lots of excitement in live action films as well. But apart from that, the animation should develop on its own, and for that you have to develop an integrated system, which includes the financing, which includes the distribution, which includes the exhibition. And unless all these elements combine with the production and the creative team that makes the film, the animation will not take off. One of the biggest resistance to any animation project is that nobody is going to release it. You won't get money if you release the film in the theaters. If you don't have a system of distribution and releasing animation, what's the point of making animation? This is one of the big arguments that one faces all the time. And therefore it's very important that whoever takes the risk pays full attention to the fact that he must make a good film that connects with the audience and works with the audience. Small successes will perhaps lead to bigger movement, but right now it's a little
So Nikhil, do you
tricky.
think all around there is a problem with the belief system in this genre of filmmaking?
Today still we want, in this country, we would like to have the safe cinema. Shah Rukh Khan hai, Akshay Kumar hai, 5-6 jokes, 2-3 fight, and we are all happy. You took the name of Rango. I think the Indian audience is a very, very complex animal. They will accept Yamla Pagla Divana 1 week, and the next week they will accept No One Killed Jessica. On the same day that a Welcome releases, you will have a film called Tare Zameen Par, and they will accept both. So you can't say what they want, what they don't want.
Correct.
And you think, so as long as, so it comes down to Rango, which is distributed like Pirates of the Caribbean is distributed like that. In our case, when we distribute a Roadside Romeo, it's not distributed like Chak De. It's distributed as an apology.
Yeah.
कि अरे we made an animation film.
Yeah. So forgive us.
तो हाँ सॉरी, हमारा एक एनिमेशन पिक्चर है और आप जाके देखिए. And because I am Yashraj, I got Saif and I got Kareena, and they were very happy to do it and experiment किया वो लोग. It doesn't work that way. It has to work in that I have made Roadside Romeo, and I will, if not release it bigger than Chak De, at least release it like Chak De.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think it's my duty to take cinema forward.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in it, then make better Roadside Romeo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it starts from there. I think that it starts from the producer, the distributor, the exhibitor, who actually needs to understand that this is a good film. Whether it's an animation or whether it's live action, it's a good film. And if it's not a good film, then let's not distribute. Then it deserves not to be distributed correctly. Then obviously you need to relook at the distribution network and the pattern and whatever. Don't invest too much money. But if it's a good film,
Yeah.
then put it out there.
Yeah.
Really put it out there. Which, I mean, case in point being Udaan last year. They put it out there. They really put it out there in a big way because they knew that it's a good film. In the sense that I think what, in a very, very surprising manner, Balaji is doing with the films, which is Ragini MMS, or for that matter, Once Upon a Time. I mean, they're putting it out there, or Shore in the City. I'm surprised that it is getting the kind of media space that a big star film gets. So I'm full kudos to them. Because they're really, I mean, full kudos to UTV Spot Boy. They're really putting it out there. But I don't see the same thing happening with the other, I mean, the bigger production houses. They need to do that also.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you. I guess if you think that you don't have all the elements that are naturally going to bring people in, you need to do more to bring the people in.
No, it's also because we are still a country that does not know anything about animation or CG.
Yeah.
I mean, there's I don't know how many people must have attended this seminar in the last 2 days. I don't know,
Yeah.
about 100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
Yeah, probably a couple.
So they know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was in the technical jury of Filmfare, and we fought as filmmakers to give the best visual effects 2 years ago to a film called Kamine. And the entire film industry said, what did you do? Aladdin was there, how could you not give it to Aladdin, you gave it to Kamine. I know as a filmmaker, that the point of great CG is when you can't see the CG.
Yeah.
That you have, particularly Boman Irani, I think the character is really well done. Do promote the movie and the characters have a life to them, which is not the same as simply adding a voice to an original.
No, exactly.
role.
In the case of Delhi Safari, and I mean the choice of taking Govinda, because I think one of the biggest characters that stay in my mind, animated characters that stay in my mind, is the genie from Aladdin, and that is done by Robin Williams. So I actually thought about who is India's answer to Robin Williams, so to say, and Govinda came up. I mean, he can do anything, and for him to play Bajrangi the monkey, he just jumped at it. He said, I mean, I'm like Hanuman, I'll play like Hanuman. He got very excited. Baman, when I told Baman to play the bear, he actually saw lots of animated films before saying yes, because he said, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. And then we actually hired a studio in Mehboob Studio. We hired one of the floors. We had 5 cameras covering. We had 3 days with actors. They just read the script over and over again, and we shot them in 5 cameras. How will they walk? How will they talk? How will they move their hands? Everything. And they were there. They were available for us. So the choice of using these guys is because I think they're very good actors. They're stars, but they're also very good actors. At the same time, they work very hard at their characters. So that's why we choose them.
And of course, that feeds into the marketing issue because, I mean, you were at Cannes, you
Yes.
saw what happened with Kung Fu Panda. That to be able to mobilise the star power of your actors is a very big part of the marketing. And somehow with Red Son Romeo, that never really happened.
No.
And so that's really my question to you, because the marketing advantage of having very recognised actors in these films is clearly a possibility in India. Why hasn't that happened more often?
See, because the thing is that I can't speak about any other film. I can only speak about Delhi Safari. I think what happened with Roadside Romeo has become a benchmark for a lot of the studios and a lot of the distributors. And so even if I today turn around and say I have Baman available and Govinda and Akshay Khanna and Urmila and everybody else, they are willing to come in and they'll give interviews and they'll do the whole press junket and the entire marketing gamut. The benchmark is, oh, but you know, Roadside Romeo only did this much business. So there is no market out there for animation anymore. So unless there is that one small film, big or small film, that does make its mark and shows to everybody that that it can happen, nobody's going to believe us.
Everybody said pirate films had no future.
Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe you have to highlight the star cast in a much better way.
No, it's not a question of highlighting the stars. Starcast is available. We have to. One film has to work. I mean, still today, a cartoon picture, nobody wants to make because they don't think that, because they feel that it doesn't work. So as long as it works, as long as one film works, everybody, trust me, every single person, like Nishit said in the beginning of this conversation, 90 films were being made when we started making Delhi Safari. He's not even seen 9 of them. They're lying there. So one film works, and everybody will be saying, we'll be picking it up. It happens with actors. It's not even that. It doesn't happen with only films. That today the actor is not working, and you feel that he's not there, and suddenly his one film will work, and everybody wants to sign him.
Example, Shivaji worked and again Robo started and it is...
No, Rajinikanth is a phenomenon. So